got a bounty on his head, and the Biden administration had a bounty on his head, and then another $50 million bounty on his head, 15 to 25 to 50, once you got his ass, that's not something to be complaining about because everybody was in on it.
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys pulling up. We got to talk about it, man. Stephen A. Smith goes off. I think Stephen A. Smith is starting, you know what? I got to say this. Stephen A. Smith is essentially red pilling himself as he's getting deeper and deeper, or as he has gotten deeper and deeper into politics. And you start to do the research and you start to do your own due diligence. You start to find out, you start to uncover that the Democrat Party are not who they say they are. I'm here for it. We got to get into it. I got so much more after. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We got to get into it, man. Democrats are some of the biggest hypocrites on the planet. Seriously. Let's go.
My position is one of questions, and I get myself in trouble asking questions, but I'm never going to stop because my nature as a journalist is to ask questions.
Before he keeps going, I think the nature of the average American citizen should be to ask questions. Too many Americans have their heads in the sand and they are oblivious to what's actually going on. So I understand where he stands as a journalist, but as a citizen, we should be asking questions as well.
When I think about the United States and I think about our government in the nation's capital, I need somebody to make it make sense for me. Didn't Trump originally put a $15 million bounty on Nicolas Maduro's head in his first term in office? The answer to that would be yes. Didn't President Joe Biden in 2025, before leaving office, put a $25 million bounty on Nicolas Maduro's head?
Who gets the bounty money now?
The answer to that would be yes. Didn't President Trump come back after putting the $15 million bounty on Maduro's head, after witnessing Joe Biden put a $25 million bounty on Maduro's head, up the ante by increasing that bounty to $50 million? The answer to that would be yes. So if we as a government crossing party lines, mingling with other administrations in terms of mirroring their agenda as it pertains to this specific individual, if that is what happened, what's the problem?
Exactly. That's the question that I have. What's the problem? What's your beef? Why are you upset? This dude has been, you know what I'm saying, on the most wanted list about 5 or 6 years or so. The people of Venezuela are ecstatic about this. They're marching, they're singing songs. They're sipping to this. They're toasting to this. I don't understand it. Really. I really do not understand the vitriol that is coming from people on the left. And the Democrats, they're such hypocrites. I want you guys to listen to Chuck Schumer, because Chuck Schumer in 2020, he was talking cash money. And now, you know what I'm saying? He's speaking different on this particular situation. Let's get into it.
He brags about all these things he wants to do or is doing, but his actions belie his words. Maybe the best metaphor was his claim to bring democracy to Venezuela. There was a big policy there. It flopped. If the policy was working, Juan Guaido wouldn't be in the balcony here. He'd be in Venezuela. He'd be sitting in the president's palace, or at least waging a fight to win. He's here. And the president brags about his Venezuela policy? Give us a break.
What did the Biden-Harris administration do for 4 years in reference to this situation, other than towards the end of the Biden-Harris administration, throw $25 million up on this man's head? What did they do?
He hasn't brought an end to the Maduro regime. The Maduro regime is more powerful today and more entrenched today than it was when the president began.
So what can the Congress do about it is the next question.
Well, the next question is very simple, and that is that we have the War Powers Act. That's a privilege resolution, which means the Republicans can't block it. Tim Kaine and I and Rand Paul are sponsors of it. It's going to come to the floor this week. And if it is voted for, if it's voted positively in both houses, then the president can't do another thing in Venezuela without the okay of Congress. We have to pass it.
President Trump say that he intends for the United States to run Venezuela? It was reckless. It was dangerous. And looking at the president's demeanor, he didn't even seem to be aware of how dangerous and reckless it is.
We didn't lose a single military personnel, not one person. What are we talking about here? Last time I checked, the jobs of the SEALs, the Deltas, and all those guys that are in special forces, their job, they train to do what they did last week. They trained for this. What is this guy talking about?
Let me be clear. Maduro is an illegitimate dictator, but launching military action without congressional authorization, without a credible plan for what comes next is reckless. Now, I was in the skiff on 3 different occasions, as recently as December, and I asked the administration, I asked them, are you pursuing regime change? Are you intent on taking military action in Venezuela, Venezuelan territory?
You can't tell these people anything. They can't hold water. They'll leak it to the press. They'll leak it out there. They would probably call, just saying, they would probably call Maduro himself and say, hey, man, the president, man, they coming to get you. This is the plan. Get up out of there.
And they assured me that they were not pursuing those things. Clearly, they're not being straight with the American people. So I've been talking to so many members of my caucus today. Everybody is very, very just totally troubled, worried about how dangerous this is. Let me lay out just a few of the actions that have already been taken to hold the Trump administration accountable. First, Leader Jeffries and I called on the Trump administration to brief the Gang of Eight immediately, followed shortly by a briefing for the entire Congress in the beginning of next week.
The hypocrisy is on 1,000. Actually, it's on 1,000,000 with these people. Look at this. Mr. Schumer, where was this smoke for Barack Obama? Where was the smoke? Obama, took out Osama bin Laden, no congressional approval. Invaded Libya. Him and Hillary bragged about it. No congressional approval. That's the operation out in Libya. They killed Gaddafi. None. They killed an Al-Qaeda leader. Took him out. No congressional approval. And then Trump swoops in and brings Maduro, a dictator, a man known for countless crimes against his own people. Brings them back to the United States alive to stand trial, and Democrats they've lost their minds. This is outrageous, man. These people are ridiculous. They're not serious individuals. They're not.
Why are Venezuelans not angry at Trump? I haven't seen one single video of Venezuelans outraged about what just happened.
I haven't either.
Not one. You know who's mad?
Liberals, especially white liberals, but mostly liberals.
Trump haters. Loud, furious, screaming online. That alone tells you everything. The fact is, Trump will never get the credit he deserves. Not for the life saved, not for stopping wars before they start, not for choosing pressure over bloodshed.
Yeah. Trump could cure cancer and find the fountain of youth, and the Democrats would have a problem with that.
Biden had a $25 million bounty on information leading to arrest of Venezuela's president. Nobody cried then or said anything bad about it.
They also didn't act. He put a bounty out there, but they did nothing for 4 years.
But Trump takes action. Suddenly, it's evil, dangerous, wrong. He wants oil. Personally, I'm not even saying this was 100% good or 100% bad. But seeing Venezuela celebrating, that told me everything I needed to know.
Yeah. To see the people within Venezuela and those that have fled Venezuela. 8 million people fled the nation, right? And those people are ecstatic. They love this. They're appreciative of our president for doing this. Oil's playing a role, but it's really not about the oil. It's really about maintaining dominance in the Western Hemisphere. We cannot allow our adversaries to have a stake, a foothold on this side of the globe. We can't.
I don't understand some people in U.S. because whatever the president do is wrong for you, whatever. Because you think about it like blue or you think about it like red. You don't think about it like smart. A lot of people go on the street and say something like, Mr. President Donald Trump do something wrong. And I see the way he do the stuff. I say, thank you. Thank you so much. I have 5 children and I don't want my children grow up to see stuff in the street. Like, the white thing people use it. And a lot of people die in this country for that. A lot of young people die because that. And you say that's wrong? You crazy. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you.
And with that being said, we're going to get out of here. The people of Venezuela are happy. They're appreciative. They're thanking God right now. They're thanking Yahweh right now because this president, our president, Donald J. Trump, decided to be about that action. No more talk, no more games. It's about action. And it's about maintaining our way of life and maintaining the safety of the Western Hemisphere. So many people do not have an understanding of what's going on, but there are entirely too many people that want freedom, but they don't understand that freedom is not free. There is a cost to freedom. There is a cost for us to maintain our way of life. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that America is perfect. We are flawed because humans, men, run the country. Man is flawed. So you have to expect that the country is flawed. But I appreciate that we have leadership that is showing themselves strength or showing themselves as strong on the world stage. We have 4 years of Weekend at Bernie's. We finally got a guy in the office right now that is showcasing himself as strong and letting the world know that America, we're about that action. We're standing on business. Come try us if you want to. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth. Words so sharp,